Hello, hello, hello there. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Well, I have been having so many technical difficulties here trying to start this live, but I am on. And I say hello to everyone. It's so good to see you today. I hope that you're having a great day. And I want to say that July is over. Today is the last day of July. And we want to say hello, July, and goodbye to it. Goodbye, July. And soon, tomorrow, we will be saying hello, August. We will be starting a brand new month. And this month has been very interesting, I find. There have been challenges during this month. There have been things that ups and downs, and it's just been that type of month. But we made it, and we're now here at the end. And I don't know, but it has just been a very interesting time. Hello, Francesca, how are you? It has been just a very interesting month, but a good one, with all of that. Oh, thank you, Francesca. It's just been just such an interesting one. I have been playing with this, trying to get on, and at one point there, I was wondering what in the world is happening here. But here I am, and it's such a wonderful day today. It is muggy. It has been raining off and on, and yet I am enjoying it because it's warm. It's warm, and soon we're gonna experience cold. So you gotta appreciate the moment. So that's one thing I have to say about this month, or right now, this moment, is that even though it's warm, it's windy. There's a nice breeze going through the garden. It's fresh, but yet it's warm and muggy, because it just rained, or it has been raining, as I said, throughout the day. And I am thankful for the rain. The rain is, there's nothing like the natural rain coming down from the sky, watering my garden. So right now, my garden feels like a really well-watered garden. It's just a wonderful thing. Hello. Let me put on my glasses so I can see what you all are saying. Because without the glasses, I will be guessing what you're saying because the print is so small. But it's still good. It's all good, right? It's all good. It's all good. So Patricia is there. Hey, Patricia, how are you doing? So hi, great afternoon, Sister Catherine. Francesca says hello, Sister Francesca. She said she's commenting on my hair. Your hair is so lovely. Thank you. I see some of your harvest. Yes, you do, Francesca. You do see some of my harvest. Let me hold it up for you all so that you can see it really well. Okay? Yes. I picked my first patty pan. Look at this, my first patty pan. And I picked it kind of young because they say it tastes good this way. I also like it a little bit more mature, but I just was so excited to see it. And it's a good size so that when we put it in the meal, it will be great. Yes. Hey, Patricia, the retired gardener's journey. Hey, Rambo, how are you? Green hands, how are you? Thank you. And you know what I was very excited about? My first eggplant. I planted the eggplants over there, and I saw that the plant was leaning, and because I plant very close, very tight, and I saw the eggplant, and because of its color, this such a beautiful color. It's freshly picked. You can see it shimmering. You can see the shine on it, huh? I didn't see it, and I really had to look. And when I saw it, I said, "Oh my goodness, I've got to pick this now." Yes, so this is my first eggplant for the season. It is very gorgeous. And then I've been trying to keep up with the zucchini, and I went and I looked at the zucchini, and this zucchini was there, and I said, I'm going to get this zucchini. I'm going to pick this zucchini before it gets into the bam bam stage. You know what I mean by the bam bam stage, when it's like 2, 3, um, when it's like 2 feet long, Yeah, so this is going to be good. So I really did enjoy my harvest today. And then also I got some cherry tomatoes, the sweet 100 tomatoes that were very ripe, and that was so delicious. I didn't even get to the kitchen before I started eating them. And then I also harvested some tomatoes that I had, some Roma tomatoes that were small, but they were hanging very low and they were green, so I still picked them anyway. Yeah, hello to Yankee Sister Homestead Thelma. I see is there in the chat. And I believe Gardens Are Me. Bev is in the chat. And a lot of you are there. Oh, it's so nice to have you all. Yay! Last week I wasn't with you all. It was it was just too much going on that I couldn't pull it all together and really think about what I wanted to come and share with you. So I just felt so overwhelmed last Wednesday. You all got to pray for me, okay? I was just out of it. Hey, Monica, how are you, my sweet? Um, and um, and so this I really planned for, as you could tell, I planned for you all because I love to plan for you all. I don't want to just come to you all without any information or nothing to share, or I just want to come right. So that's why I didn't come last week. And I try to be faithful and consistent because I know that you all are faithful to me. And if I want you to be faithful to come and be with me, that I've got to show up. I think there's a movie. There's not a movie. There's a commercial that says, just show up. Are you going to show up? Just show up. And I have to start talking to myself like that I just need to show up. Enjoy all your birthday celebrations. Whose birthday is it? Is it Monica's? Hi, Catherine. I will be here listening. I'm worn out. It's my birthday month. Hi, chat. Hi, dear Sonia. My birthday was July 30th. All right. What a wonderful time to be in the land of the living. Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Hey, Monica, it's your birthday. Monica, it's your birthday. Monica, it's your birthday. She's the birthday girl. Yes. And who else's birthday is this? Your husband's birthday? Well, happy birthday to Patricia's. Why I'm calling you Patrice? I don't know why. Patricia's birthday, husband. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday from Catherine's Garden and Home. Yes, where we sing happy birthday from Catherine's Garden and Home. This month, actually, a lot of people in my family are born in July. My mother's born in July. My brother's born in July. My niece is born in July. There's so many people born. Yeah. My other cousin, she's born in July. I know a lot of July people. Yeah, they're nice. Nice people. Yes, Monica's 1 year older, 1 year wiser, and she's 1 more year of a great gardener. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sonia. How are you, my sweetie pie? How you doing? How's life down there in Texas? I hope all is well with you. Yes. And Rambo, you have been busy. I saw you on the chat channel with Broke Farmer, and you were there holding up. It was good. It was good to see you. I'm glad I ran across you there live with them. You're doing great. That's good. Hello, Deborah. How are you, my sweetie? How you doing? Hello, all. Yes, it's so nice to be with all of you. And thank you for the thumbs up. All of you that hit the like button without me having to say, hit the like button. Thank you so much. Yes. Oh, by the way, check out my bracelets. You know what? This reminds me of Yankee Sister Homestead. Because Yankee Sister Homestead, that's Thelma, she loves herself some bracelets like this kind of stuff. She likes this sort of stuff. I said, let me break out my bracelets like Yankee Sister Homestead. And did you see it today? She had on some beautiful jewelry. She's a woman after my own heart. I love myself some good jewelry too. And I love the gemstones. So you're my inspiration. Hey, G Mama Grows, how are you? And G Mama Grows has been busy putting out videos as well, and she's all over the YouTube channels. Yes. This is such a great community. And G Mama, every time I I cut my basil, I think of you. That you recommended that we add basil to our teas. And look at that. Yes, I have been enjoying the basil. Oh, you used to do Avon? My aunts used to do Avon as well. Yes, that's great. That's great. And so, for those of you who just popped on, let me show you my harvest for the day. Patty pan, my first patty pan. I didn't plant as much squash and pumpkins and so forth. I don't think it's going to be a squash and pumpkin year for me. I love basil. I love basil. That's so fitting for me. Yes. Yes, you are so good with that. You're the one who recommended basil. And that year, remember when we said we were going to have a tea garden or do herbal garden? So I had the basil seeds from Baker Creek, some left over from, I think it was last year we decided to do that. Um, and um, and so I put those last seeds in the 2 containers there, and what a pleasure that has been. It's been really good. Okay, patty pan is similar to like the other squash plants and so forth. You could, I love to bake mine. I bake it, and it takes on the flavor of whatever it is with. It has a nice texture to it. I like to bake it, and it is delicious. It's something like potato. You could think of it something like potato. You could, but I like to bake it. I have a couple of videos on patty pan and baking it. I baked it with fish and chicken. Just put it all in one casserole. Like a casserole. Excuse me. Like a casserole, and it's really, really good. And of course, my eggplant. Look at this, Monica. It's almost like a Bam Bam eggplant, but it's a beautiful one. This is my first eggplant for the year, people. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful? So I have on purple in honor of my eggplant. Isn't this gorgeous? You didn't grow any this year? Any patty pan? I know, sometimes you just change your mind on things. My mother always liked it. Always liked it. I never tried it. Oh, okay. Yes, and then my zucchini. I picked this quickly, young. Instead of letting it get like a bam bam zucchini, I said let me just pick it like this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this in and eat it raw. Put it in salads. Yes, it is humongous. It really is. But like in the West Indies, they would have codfish. They would add fish with this, and then they'd saute it and make codfish and dumplings. Really beautiful. Monica said, that's a beautiful bam bam eggplant. Yes. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, it's really nice. Um, so that's what I would love to do. Have it uh, sauteed and with onions and with fish in it and just tomatoes or with dumplings. My husband makes a fantastic dumplings. When he makes dumplings, he mixes it with coconut, and he also adds some sweet potato in the dumpling. And it tastes really, really good. It's a nice kind of West Indian cultural dish with the eggplant. And so that was my harvest. I also harvested. I love codfish. I may have to saute some soon. Yes. That's what Deborah says. Um, I had also some cherry tomatoes, the little 100s. Was very delicious. You know what I have been eating as I go out into the garden? The two things that I eat and look forward to eating in the garden as I'm working in the garden are the sweet 100 cherry tomatoes, especially when they're very, very ripe, when they're red. I tend to let those last, and I don't pick them as young, and I let them ripen on the vine. And when I eat it, it's like eating a candy. It's very sweet. And then the other thing that I like is the snap peas. I think, yeah, snap peas. Really nice. They're delicious too. I eat them raw as I walk around in the garden and do different work in the garden. I eat the snap peas, but they're almost finished. I don't know. My cucumbers have seemed to slow down in their development, and so I'm hoping that this next batch will come because I could see some new flowers on the cucumber plant and so forth. And so I'm hoping that they will develop into cucumbers because I really do love the fresh cucumbers with the tomatoes. So I might end up having to plant some new some new cucumber seeds. Plant the seeds and I get some new sprouts so that I can have cucumber. Hopefully they'll develop. You think they will if I plant some seeds now of the cucumbers? They will develop and I will have cucumbers. But in the meantime, the reason why I'm talking about that is because I'm going to use zucchini as a substitute for cucumbers. Even though it's a different texture, but it's similar. It's from the same kind of plant idea. So that was that. The question that I have for you all today is this. Did you face any challenges or issues with your garden in July? And if so, what were they? All right, so I want you all to share with me any challenges that you faced in July. And so we're saying to I'm saying to everyone, goodbye, July. Goodbye, July. And tomorrow we're going to say, hello, August. Hello, August. Right? You're going to be saying goodbye to July and hello to August. Deborah said, I pulled my cucumber plants because they were diseased. I sowed more hoping for a successful harvest. Oh, good. So maybe I will try that too, Deborah. And I see you all are saying a whole lot here. Yes, so hello to everyone in the chat. And to those that are going to watch the replay, we say hello to you in advance as well. And so glad that you are giving us some time. And Rambo Green Hands is he's just an inspiration to me with the garden. And G Mama Grows says, yes, I'm growing the super sweet 100s and they're prolific and delicious. Yes, yes, they are, G Mama. And I just have them, I even have them growing. I even have a plant growing in my flower bed. Yeah, and you should see it. It's just going all through the flowers. So as I am walking through my flower bed, the one on that side of the garden that I call the jewel garden, I end up eating the cherry tomatoes. I kind of look for them, and I start eating them. Hey, Darlene, how are you, Darlene Brown? So good. Thank you for the hearts. Love you too. Um, my first year growing the 100s. Can't wait. Okay, that's good. Francesca says my sweet corn is ready now. Francesca, I planted sweet corn, and they are actually developing corn. I could see the corn developing, and I am so excited about that. I love you here, Miss Catherine. Thank you, honey. It's just the humidity has just caused it to be a real afro, real afro side. So I said, I need a little more, I need to get it off my face a little bit. So I decided to add the braid. I like the braid. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate the comments. But the corn, yeah, I get so excited for my little row there or area of corn, and I have like um, I have like this succession of corn that's growing, and I'm just excited about the corn this year. For me, it just feels like a real garden because I have corn growing in it. Now, is that strange? That's how I feel though. I feel like I have a real vegetable patch. And that side of the garden where the sun is just beautiful. The thing is that the corn also shades the kale and the collard greens, my curly kale, my collard greens, and my dinosaur kale. And I think that, oh, sorry to hear that, Yankee Sister. Yankee Sister says that I hope to get corn. The aphids are tearing it up. I have to spray water every day. Well, be persistent. Yeah, don't let them eat your corn. You got to get it first. You got to get it first. But right now, where I have the corn, and the sun is coming this way. So the corn gets the sun, and it shades the curly kale, the collard greens, and the dinosaur kale from getting all that intense sun, which is really good. So I'm using it like that, and I think that is a good thing. Um, and I try to make sure I give the tomatoes as much sun as possible. And I've been getting a really good tomato harvest too. The Jet Star. I saw your video, Thelma, with your tomatoes. Oh my goodness. This year, I have been, thank you. You said my garden is amazing. Thank you. This year, I have been enjoying the tomatoes. You know, every year is different. So the for July this year so far, the vegetables that I've really been enjoying are the tomatoes, the Jet Star tomatoes. The Roma are developing, but they're small, and I also have the beefsteak, but the beefsteaks aren't that great. Yes, the tomatoes have been delicious. I even had a lot of tomatoes that I've started giving away tomatoes to people who are asking me for tomatoes because they know that I grow stuff, plant vegetables. And one of my favorite ladies at the church, she asked me if I have any tomatoes in the garden. I told her yes. I gave her 5 beautiful tomatoes. She deserves it because she's such a hard worker. But I was so happy to have extra tomatoes because I have an abundance of them that I can share with others. It's been just beautiful to be able to give of my produce to others. So that's a really good thing. And what else is growing? Yeah, so that's great. You know what I have a lot of? And if you've been following me and watching my videos and watching the garden videos, you'll see that I have a lot of curly kale. Deborah had recommended that I save the seeds of the curly kale, and I did. And I just tossed those seeds all over the garden. Then I transplanted them in different places. And now I have curly kale that I can have salad. I can eat them. So I have been eating so much greens. It's been really good. We've been cooking with it. That and collard greens. Um, and the dinosaur kale, oh my goodness. So I have been eating my greens. That I have a lot of. What do you have a lot of? What vegetables have you had great success with this year? Curly kale is delicious. Yes, it is. I like it raw. I do. Because then I put olive oil on it. You know, I chop it really fine, and then I put olive oil on it, and then I also have this salt and garlic salt. It's just been really, really good, um, and a little pepper, and that's it. You don't even need a lot of dressing. Just a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, and I may put some. I love orange juice with my dressing, like a dressing with the kale. And then, of course, you have your tomatoes and your other vegetables, and it has just been really satisfying. And then I've been using it with the pita bread, making the pita bread pockets. Oh, and then if I have like a little cheese, I might add a little slice of cheese with it, and it's been great. That's what I've been eating for lunch. My salads every day, pretty much. Every now and then, I shouldn't say every day because it hasn't been every day, but really about 4 days out of the week. And the other times, my husband would bake it because he likes to cook. He's really getting into cooking, which is fine with me. And so he would bake it with the meats or whatever he's cooking, and it would just taste so good. It's just really nice. It's very fresh. Everything is fresh, and I'm really enjoying it. I see that Yankee Sister said um, that she makes chips with the. Oh, that's sad, Francesca. You said when I took the plastic cover off my greenhouse and laid it out to dry and accidentally cooked my pea plants. Oh, sorry to hear that. But I think you could still plant some more. No harvest of sugar snap peas for me. Um, try and plant some more because they grow really fast. Curly kale is delicious. Yes, it is. Yankee Sister said, I pulled 10 slicers, German, Johnson, and Jetstar. Oh, German, Johnson, and Jetstar. Oh, that's good. I harvested 2 sugar snap peas. That's good. That's good, Deborah. Rambo said, only herbs I have dehydrated. Okay. That's good that you have a dehydrator, that you could do that. I love kale chips. You know, I tried it in the oven to make kale chips, and it was okay. Um, I wasn't I wasn't blown away by it. I guess because I put it in the oven, and I don't like. I was trying to use the oven to dehydrate things, and I didn't like that. I don't think it really works really well. My blueberries gave me more fruit this season. I'm truly grateful. Yes. And you know, earlier in the season, G Mama, I had my blueberry plant, and as I was working the garden, I would eat the blueberries because there are a lot of birds over in that area, and I didn't want them to eat my blueberries. So I would go out and I would get just a handful every time, you know, like 4 or 5 berries. But they were so intense. The berry flavor was so intense that it like burst in your mouth. And so it left me very satisfied. Um, you know, when you get the blueberries from the store, I have to eat a lot of them to really get the flavor of the blueberry. But the blueberry, when you eat it straight off of the bush, the taste is so intense and it just fills your mouth. It's very satisfying. Very satisfying. And I'm grateful too. I'm glad that you're grateful. That's a good attitude to have. Grateful, 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 gratefulness. You know that song? It's a gospel song. I'm growing kale so I can make kale chips. Okay, Deborah. Yes, Deborah. They're so good. I don't know. I need a dehydrator so that I can, because with all the kale that I would have a lot of chips. Sonia said tomatoes, okra, and basil have been doing excellent in my garden. All right, Sonia. Sonia, Sonia, Sonia. My okra is growing. And it's starting to get okra pods. I finally planted my okra correctly so that it have enough space to grow. So my seamless crimson okra, that's what I planted. They're actually starting to develop the pods. You know, the okra is gonna taste good if I could, with the eggplant, with the codfish. Oh my. Yes, and with basil. I think you said basil. Yes, with the basil. It's going to taste good with the basil. I'm so happy for you that your tomatoes, your okra, and your basil have been doing fine. What a great combination. That's really good. That's really good. And they're all healthy, good for you. And I love okra raw, actually. Um, when I was able to grow a couple of pods the last 2 years, I ate it raw. I just diced it up and started eating it. Just put it in the salad and ate it raw. And it was really good. It wasn't very slimy. I think as it gets older, it gets more slimy. But because I picked it just right, it was very good. The retired gardener's journey says this was a great year for my tomatoes, my cucumbers, my lettuce, and squash. Yay! What kind of squash? Is it the yellow squash you're talking about, um, Patricia? The yellow squash? I didn't grow any yellow squash this year, but that's really good. I'm so happy for you. Aren't you a new gardener? You've just started gardening? That's great success. That is great success when you get the harvest. So this has been a good harvest for you, and especially the cucumbers and the tomatoes. Um, Francesca says, I have made kale chips before and they are so addicting. Oh, wow. Yes, I know your children must really enjoy it too with you. Yes, indeed, says Giovanna Gross. Okay, for all you kale chip lovers. The retired gardener just said, I did plant pumpkins this year, and all I could see was your gorgeous pumpkins from last year. I planted kale, mustard greens, red beets, and cauliflower. Woo! I need to come and shop at your garden. Wow, you don't have to go to the grocery store. You've got all the produce right there. You could walk right into your market garden, Patricia. That is so good. You know, that is one of the reasons why it's important to plant your own garden, because the thing is that you get to eat fresh foods, and you know where your produce comes from. We here in Boston, we're the last stop on the railway, and uh, it would stop at Haymarket downtown, and there at Haymarket, you would see them. They just put out all of their produce, and they would sell it really, really cheap. My uncle, at the time when I was a young girl, he would take us down to Haymarket, and he'd buy the grapes and the fruits and so forth because it was inexpensive. But the reason why it was inexpensive is because it had traveled all the way from California across the country, and the last stop was Boston, and they were trying to unload all of their produce and get something for it. So he was, yes, it was, you know, he did his best, but that's what happens here. So when one is able to grow one's own food, my father, he had in our backyard, he would plant corn and tomato and so forth. So he was my inspiration, because he would always have a garden, like half the yard. He would divide half the yard, and he would make his rows, you know, and furrows and so forth. And he would plant corn and tomato and peppers and so forth. And then we had a tall, big, huge pear tree, a cooking pear tree. The person or people who used to live there, it was Jewish people who used to live there, and they had planted a pear tree in the middle of the garden, the yard, in the backyard, and a plum tree. And so we would have pears, we'd have pears and plums, but then, of course, with my father would have the vegetables. So I've always had fresh foods there. My mother used to like to take the pears and peel them, and she'll make this pear sauce, you know, pear dessert, you know, like how they have canned pears and so forth with the sauce and so forth. So I would have that naturally. And then what would happen to the pears is that the pears would, she'd put it in the refrigerator, and after a while the pear would start to ferment. So then, you know, we ended up having that flavor, you know, fermented pear, from that time. It was just really good growing up with that. And then the neighborhood kids would come and raid our pear tree. But there were so many pears on the pear tree that it didn't matter. But my father tried to stop them. He built these tall fences. It didn't matter. They just scaled the fence and jumped over. So after a while, we just decided, well, we'll make a neighborhood thing of it. And my brothers would go up into the tree, and they'd shake the pear tree. All the pears would come falling down. And, you know, we'd all have our bags. I'm talking about grocery bags of pears. And my mother would have them all out in the kitchen. And then one day she would just stay there and peel all these pears and make pear dessert and juice and hand them out to people and so forth. So it was just really good. You brought me down memory lane, people. Made me go down memory lane. What are you all saying? Yes, you love the song "Grateful." Yes, grateful. We're grateful for July, right, Thelma? Grateful, 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 grateful. We're grateful for July. Now, what are some of the challenges that happened in July for you? What were some of your challenges? Um, G Mama says Yankee Sister sounds like they just need a boost with some unsulfured blackstrap molasses. Ooh, interesting. Um, I have some. Is it too late? Says Thelma. Retired gardeners jersey. Yes, yellow and green squash. Okay, so you have both. Thank you. My okra plants. You're welcome, Patricia. Deborah says my okra plants are blooming. I got a late start because I wasn't going to grow them this year. Well, you'll have it. I think the okra, it lasts long in the garden because it's part of the hibiscus family. And right now, my hibiscus, my perennial hibiscus, are now about to bloom. And also my Rose of Sharon, the Rose of Sharon plant that I have is so beautiful. It's now had like two flowers on it, so pretty. And so that type of plant and the an okra is part of that family. This is their time now. August is their time. August into September, if you're in the Northeast in our area. Gardens are me. Hey, Bev. Bev says slug damage to my cabbage, Brussels sprouts, bok choy were my challenges this year. Yeah, Bev, decided that I was not going to grow cabbage this year because every year I have so many slugs that just chew them up, and it start to develop the cabbage head, but by the time I pull it and use it, the amount of slugs that I find in it just makes it. I mean, it's still edible, but I'm just not. I'm not feeling it. So I decided not to grow cabbage. Yeah, that could be a problem. And then they talk about all of these other pest controls, and I really don't want to go through that. I've just decided that I don't want to. I've never tried growing. Well, I did try Brussels sprouts before, and I found that that's the same challenge that I've had in the past. Does anyone have a solution for that? Um, G Mama says, I'm starting my propagations and it's been a struggle to get some to take. I'm not giving up until I get what I want. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, talking about propagations, I propagated my hydrangeas and I decided to use the bottle method that was, you know how we do the bottle method, sowing method? I decided to do that with my hydrangeas and they look like they're doing okay. Um, I haven't seen any roots yet, but I put it in a clear bottle so that I can see if there are any roots developing, but it still looks very much alive. Maybe next week I will show them to you all because I'm hoping by that time I would start to see something developing. It might be early still too for mine. I'm trying your hydrangea propagation method now. You are Happy Mac. How are you doing, honey? How you doing? Yeah, it. Now you're gonna make me want to show it. It's over there. I'll have to get up and walk over there. Um, they're looking. Let me go get it. Hold on for 2 seconds. Watch. Look at the flowers. While I get up and get it. I'll be right back. Yeah. So it's over here. Don't leave me. I'm right here. Now I got it. I have all these pots and flower pots all around me here. My deck is so full with stuff, with plants and things, and I need to move some of the stuff off the deck and move them down into the garden. But they're just so beautiful. Check it. Check this out. Like, is that pretty? That's my caladiums. If you were with me earlier in the year, in the season, when I got the caladiums, yeah, they are looking so good. Carol Jensen, hello, how are you? Um, with our high humidity outside now, things propagate quite fast. Oh, that's nice, Carol. Look, I don't know if you could see this. It looks really, really good. So this is the hydrangea. There's a seed or something that was in the soil, and it sprouted. But here it is. Oh, okay, that's all right, Sonia. And you're back. Okay, can see, so you can see that, right? And I put it in the clear because I want to see if the roots at the bottom, but I haven't seen anything yet. But this method has really helped. This method is really, I think it's working because it's keeping the moisture in, and I don't have to worry. Excuse me, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it drying out, because it has its own little greenhouse. And what I'm doing is putting it in a very shady location, but it still gets sun, and the leaves will still be able to soak in the sun to help it. So I'm hoping for great success. I made four of them, and if these come out really good, I'm going to do some more. Um, so that's that. Um, what else? Um, Pretty. So, oh yes, I have the same ones. The same ones. What? The caladiums? Oh, my caladiums are doing so good. You guys, you need to watch. If you have not watched my videos, my garden tours, the most recent one, I did show how the last couple of recent ones, I've shown how the caladiums that I had put in the pots, the little pots, and how they are now growing and are filling out. I kept them in the pots and just buried them in the ground so that when I water, that they can water, the water will go directly to the plant. And the roots now have gone through the holes at the bottom so that they're really in there. They're in the ground. And um, and now that the impatiens have gotten thicker, they're actually covering the pot so that you can't see it. And the so that it's really, really pretty. It looks so good. And I will be, of course, this weekend giving you the garden walk with me tours, and you'll get to see that as well. It's just really a highlight of the garden with the caladiums. But yes, Happy Mac, they are doing so well. I love this method, and it's just neat, and I don't have to worry about watering it, and they seem to be responding very, very well. Here's another one. It looks so good. So I'm looking forward to seeing roots at the bottom. And then I think what I'm going to do is just up pot them. I don't think I'm going to put it in the ground because I think that they may get, if you put them in the ground too soon, they might just get overwhelmed. My hydrangeas have been suffering That's something that has been a challenge for me. Um, so I'm going to ask you some questions before we go, because we have we're the time is just moving really fast. It has been wonderful. I hope that you all are enjoying this one. I've enjoyed seeing you all. I really missed you all, and you've made me so happy. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this live. I really am happy to have you all here with me. So let me ask, I have all these questions to ask you all right? And just to help us to be contemplative and to be intentional. Yeah, and I hope that you've been working in your journals. Thelma was talking about that last week. I think she mentioned about being intentional and working through her journal and just thinking about what she wanted to do in her garden. We had a really, really good time sharing on my other channel. And if you get a chance, you could join us tomorrow. We're going to be together on Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. That's my spiritual channel. But we're talking about um, women who are 50 and above, who are thinking of retirement or who have retired and who are thinking about transitioning in this season of their lives. And the fact that it's not over, you're still alive, so that there's so much more to life, and that we just need to be very intentional. And it's amazing because the same attitude that we have with our gardens when we're intentionally planting certain seeds and so forth is the same way that we need to be intentional about our lives. And it's just been really, really seasoned saints. It's just been fun because, uh, uh, you know, our wonderful Thelma and Francesca, they challenged me. I was using my phone, and I decided that that I need to use StreamYard and to learn something new. It's all right that you forget. I mean, the replay is just as good. I was looking at it because I'm gonna use it for some other projects that I'm doing, and it has just been wonderful. It's 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Patricia, you are in California, so you'll have to get up early to be a part of it in the mornings. But if you are awake and you want something good to listen to, you're going to hear Thelma and I chatting and just having a really good time. And it's just really inspirational. I've been enjoying it too because you are so, yeah, she actually did StreamYard and master it. Yes, I did, Thelma. But this is so much easier. It's laid back here. That's all right. You can catch it on the replay. It's really good. But anyway, back to this. This is gardening, right? So intentional gardening is so good. It's being intentional. So the questions that I'm going to ask you, if you have a journal, you might want to jot down what you can, how has your garden been for July? Okay? And what are some of the things that has the wins that you've had for July and the losses, and what would you do differently? All right, so the first question is, what did you enjoy most about your garden in July? And you could put it in the chat. So the first question I'm asking you all is, what did you enjoy most about your garden in July? What did you enjoy most about your garden in July? Come on, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Well, for me, I enjoyed July, just seeing everything develop. And I really enjoyed my vegetable garden the most because a lot of that was from seed and seedlings, little small seedlings. Whereas my flower garden was more of perennials. Excuse me. Sorry. We're more of perennials. So it's a different thing. But the vegetables, I really enjoyed my vegetable garden. And I really enjoyed watching the vegetables develop. And I enjoyed the fact that I was very intentional about gardening. Um, and Patricia says, still having a few live produce brought me joy. Yes, yes. Carol Jensen says, looking at all the beautiful flowers, which I enjoy more than the vegetables. Ha 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 ha. That's nice. G Mama says, I'm enjoying getting my perennials established. All right. That's good. Happy Max says, got to harvest some vegetables. I live in New York, so things are a little late. Okay, that's good, good, good. Patricia says, even with the crazy heat, I stayed positive and intentional. Yay! Woo, 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 woo. That's really good. Yankee Sister says, seeing my flowers color, seeing 90% of all my seedlings do well. Yay! Because I remember last year, Yankee Sister, it happened to me. We did bottle sowing, right? And it was the seedlings were out in the sun and they fried. Oh, it was so disappointing. I was so disappointed. Yes. Deborah says, I enjoyed the beautiful flowers of my different rows of Sharon blooms. All right. Good, good, good. Okay, question number 2. Were there any particular plants or flowers that thrived in July? Which ones? Well, you answered that question. Yes. So we'll move on to question number 3. All right. Question number 3 says, did you face any challenges or issues with your garden in July? If so, what were they? Did you face any challenges? What were some of your challenges? Um, the retired gardener, yes, indeed, staying positive. Yes, you stay positive. You know, I think a lot of us had the challenge of heat. I think the heat was a challenge for July. Do you all agree? Francesca, what about you? I know heat was a challenge for you, right? No? Some of you, what about the heat? Was the heat intense? I think intense heat was really a challenge in July this year. And the soil, catching the soil and having to water and make sure that your soil didn't dry out. Thelma says, squash vine borers. I just kept seeding. Um, I just kept seedling ready. Oh, okay. The squash vine borers. You know, I think this year that has happened a little bit to me with one of my others. Yes, yes, yes to the heat. Yes. Any other challenges? Issues with your garden in July. So there were pest challenges, and for some, um, and the heat. I think the temperature was, the 90s and hundreds and so forth has been challenging for most of us. And the frequent watering to prevent plants from wilting. I think that is something that I had to really monitor my impatiens, especially the annuals, to make sure that they were getting enough water. But I got, Deborah said, it got hot, but it rained most nights. Oh, good for you. Carol Jensen says, I didn't stake the dinner plate, Dahlia. Oh, they were flopping, I'm sure. G Mama says, yes, my watering game is severely challenging during this heat. Yes. The heat and rain, both heat and rain. People had to deal with heat and rain. Um, my hydrangeas were beautiful this year in the early summer. Right now, they look wilted in the back underneath the trees because the rain hasn't really gotten down to them. And it's kind of challenging to get the water hose because we have a water hose. We don't have a drip system. And so back there, you should see the hydrangeas. They're sad, they're wilty. But I keep trying to go down and give them water and, just trying to keep up with them. And when it rains, it hasn't been raining for the last couple of weeks really deeply, like that soaker rain. It just so happened that today we had like 3 hours of intense rain, which was good. So I knew that the rain would get to the the root of the hydrangeas. But it has been very challenging with the hydrangeas, with the heat. After when it started getting hot, the petals of the hydrangea plants, flowers, the leaves started frying. You know, they were starting to get damaged. But those that are underneath, look at this. Look at that. That's one hydrangea right there. But those that were under the shade, they did well. But then those that are under the deep shade, under the trees, of the deep shade by the oak trees, they require a lot of water. And no matter how much I would water them, with the heat, they just got wilty, and the soil seemed to just dry out really fast. So that was a challenge for me. All right. Number 5, were there any pests or diseases that you had to deal with in July? Thelma mentioned the boars, the squash boars. And number 6, what gardening tasks did you focus on the most in July? In July, what gardening tasks did you focus on the most? For me, it was watering. And what about the rest of you? Yes, this was the year for hydrangeas blooming so pretty. Yes, it was. This was a great year for that. I can't even complain. I'm just so happy about that. I've been dealing with a lot of white fungus. Oh, no. So you've had a pest, G Mama? Oh, wow. I mean, fungal issues? Wow. Yankee Sister Home says pruning and watering. Oh, so you've already started doing a lot of pruning? Hmm, interesting. Patricia says gardening covers and watering. Oh, coverings. Yeah, garden coverings and watering. Yes, because you're in California, and so you've had really hot days, so you've had to learn how to cover and protect your plants. Yes, spider mites have been awful. Oh, wow, G Mama. I'm sorry to hear that. You know who else was talking about spider mites too? Laura of Garden Answer. She was saying that in her region also, that there were a lot of spider mites, spider mite damage. Yankee Sister Home says pruning tomatoes. I stayed on top of it. All right. Garden says watering for sure. Yes, Beverly, watering. Barb um, Brown, Brownlee says, hello, Catherine, and everyone in the chat. Hello, how are you? Um, am I missing anybody? I got hot, but it rained most. Oh, it got hot, but it rained most nights. Okay. We're almost finished, people. Just hang on in there. We're coming down to the end. So, what are you most looking forward to in your garden in August? What are you looking forward to in your garden in August? Because August starts tomorrow. We're going to be saying, hello, August. August starts tomorrow. The 1st of August is tomorrow. So what are you looking forward to in the month of August? I know what I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to my a perennial hibiscus. Yes, my perennial hibiscus. I'm looking forward to the big flowers on my perennial hibiscus. And that side of the garden, my flower bed, I'm looking forward to that. Cooler evenings, said Patricia. Yes. I hope that you will get what you desire there, Patricia. Cooler evenings. So, oh, it is so beautiful out here in my garden. It is, it's comfortable. It's cool. It has been a very calm, quiet kind of day here in the neighborhood. You know, sometimes it can get kind of loud and rowdy here, but it's been a nice, calm time. The breeze has been fantastic, and your company has been wonderful. But what are some of you all looking forward to for August? What are you looking forward to seeing in your garden? Yankee Sister says, getting the thunder load of produce, canning season. Yes. Oh, you're looking forward to canning. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Gmo says, I'm looking forward to my purple sweet potatoes. Ooh, that sounds good. Yum, 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 yum. Is Monica still there? Monica, what are you looking forward to? Birthday girl. Yes. Beverly, what are you looking forward to? Deborah, what are you looking forward to? Darlene, are you around? What are you looking forward to? Barbie, Happy Mac, what are you looking forward to? For August. Everyone needs to be dreaming and writing it down. Make sure you write down in your journal what you're looking forward to seeing in August and what changes that you need to make. And then, are there any new plants or flowers you plan to introduce to your garden in August? How many of you have visited the gardening shops? Uh, Bev says my cantaloupe and possibly watermelons. Beverly Gardens Are Me is a true gardener. She plants everything. And she planted cantaloupe and watermelon. Good for you. I did neither this year. I usually try and do one or the other or both. But this year, I said, I'm not going to waste my time on that. Because they're so particular. Barb Brown Lee said, my hibiscus has started to flower. Dehydrate 5 trays of flowers and kept some for fresh tea. More harvest. So, are the hibiscus flowers? You can use them for tea. I know they do that in the West Indies. My mother had hibiscus, those hibiscus flowers, the more tropical kind, and she would use them for tea, hibiscus tea. So I don't. The perennial hibiscus, you can dry the leaves too. Gardens of Eve, I do. Ha ha ha. Yes, Beverly, you do. You plant everything. hmm You're our inspiration. G Mama Grows says, I've introduced carnivorous plants to my garden this season. Wow. You are so adventurous, G Mama. The things that you're introducing us into. Happy Max is the delicious sort of lemony. Really? Oh. And Yankee Sister Homestead says 2 yellow petite watermelons almost ready. Really? You did watermelons too, Thelma? That means that I could have as well. Sort of lemony. Oh, okay. Uh, hey, Happy Max, says Barb Brownlee. Yankee Sister Home says, what type, G Mama? She wants to know what type of watermelons that you have. Thelma, yellow, petite yellow ones. I'm so jealous, says Barbie. Yes, yes. Well, next year we will try our water. We'll join the watermelon challenge. And finally, the last question, and then I'll bid you good day. Do you have any specific goals or projects for your garden in August? If so, what are they? Well, yes, my projects are to continue to create propagating of my hydrangea trees because I am so thrilled with the hydrangeas and I want them all over the garden. I just want to continue to thicken the hedge um, this way, and also I want to add some more. I just love the hydrangeas. And I think that the other thing that I would want to do is to divide, cut and divide. No, what I want to do is to plant some Chasta daisy seeds. I saved the Chasta daisies that I had in the front. They were so beautiful during that time that I let the flowers go to seed, and I saved the seeds. And so what I want to do is to do the bottle method and start them from seeds, and then put them out, let them grow to a substantial amount, and then plant them in the garden, because that's what I did last time. And I love the daisies. I love the Chasta daisies. They just showed up so well in early summer. They look so good. And the other thing that I want to do is to make sure that I do a lot of seed saving. So I'm thinking about like certain things, like my snap peas, allowing some of them to stay on the vine, and I want them to develop. Because that's what I did last year, and I was able to sow those seeds. And then I have here my green beans. Um, I don't know. The green beans did well, but I've let them. I didn't pay much attention to them as far as eating them, even though I brought them up here on the deck. So what I'm going to do is let them go to seed, and then save the seeds for next year, so that I'll have string beans. But I enjoyed the string beans bush beans that I did harvest, and it was truly delicious. I could still harvest some of them, but I'm going to make sure I save some for next year. So in August, I'm going to start my seed saving, um, looking at what I want to save seeds with, and start saving and putting aside some seeds. Um, I and finally, so that's it. Anything else anybody else wants to share? So glad you joined us, Barb Brownlee. Yeah, good to have you. And G Mama says, a Yankee sister, thanks. I'm learning to be more versatile with my plants. That's good. That's good. That's good. Each year is different, and may we continue to grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. So I hope that these questions that I asked you about July, that you will jot them down, jot your answers in your book, so that you'll remember next year what worked and what didn't work, and that you are excited about August, the things that you want to do and add to your garden. And finally, I really didn't show you my flowers. I did go and I created this vase fuzz for you, this bouquet of flowers. And I thought about you, Thelma, when you mentioned my Pinkabell rose. Well, yes, there was one blooming because they haven't, they're going through their flush. So later on in August, I will have some Pinkabell. But this one had been there, and I said, let me cut it and the put it in there just for you, since you mentioned my Pinkabell. And then the hydrangea. The hydrangeas are starting. This is bridal bouquet, and it's starting to turn color. Isn't that a beautiful purple? Yeah, I love it, love it, love it, love it. And then this is spirea, and the spirea is it has on the tips is starting to turn, and they have little pink flowers. The spirea flower. That's the spirea flower right there. So it's nice with the pink. And so this is it. This here is apple mint. Apple mint. Bev, mint lady. Apple mint. Apple mint. It smells so good. It's now flowering, and I have been drinking apple mint with basil. Tea is delicious with the cinnamon basil, the apple mint with the cinnamon basil. I've been putting that combination together, and it is delicious. Oh, I've been enjoying it so much. Yes, I love my apple mint too. And then they've been growing. So I just had planted a couple of plants in different areas, and they this year they just spread. So I have so much apple mint. And so mixing it with the basil and mixing it with the peppermint. I have a little peppermint. Yes, and I had mixed it with what is that called? Lemon balm, just a whole lot. Yeah, and see how pretty it looks? So that is the bouquet for the time to share with you all. So you can see it. Yep. And Sonia tells us it's time to grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. And of course, those of you who were late, that's my harvest, my Bam Bam eggplant, patty pan, and zucchini. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. A grow, grow, a Beverly. Grow, grow, Deborah. Grow, grow, Thelma. Grow, grow, Francesca. A grow, grow, Barb Brownlee. Yeah, Barbie. Happy Mac, Happy Mac. A grow, grow, Patricia. Grow, grow, Thelma. Grow, grow, Sonia. Grow, grow, Deborah. Grow, grow, Monica. Grow, grow, everyone. Did I call everybody's name? Grow, 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 grow together. Did I say Monica? And happy birthday to you. Grow, grow, Beverly. Grow, 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 grow together. Rambo probably went to sleep. In Catherine's garden and home. That's right, in Catherine's garden and home. G Mama grows the Catherine's garden and home. Deborah, Catherine's garden and home. Yes, in Catherine's garden and home. Oh, yes. And to all of you that watch the replay, add your name to it, that you'll grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Yes. So thank you all so much. It has been wonderful. It has been fun. It's been great out here with you in my garden. And as I said, we're saying goodbye to July and hello to August. And I pray that you will have a wonderful August with a lot of success. Darlene Brown, yes, I didn't say grow, grow. Darlene Brown. Yes, if I missed you, make sure you say something in the chat so that I can sing your name. Grow, grow, Darlene. My sweet Darlene. Where's Chloe? Glow, glow, Chloe. Catherine's garden and home. Oh, yes. So, see you all next time right here at Catherine's Garden and Home. And if you can, join us tomorrow morning at 8:30 when Thelma and I will be sharing what it's like in our transitional time, and trying new things and just expanding our lives and enjoying life. Yeah, you might as well. We can make a difference. So have a great evening. Sonia, thank you, sweetheart. Have a great day, everybody. Francesca, blessings. Barbie Brownlee, awesome live. Have a blessed, healthy, and a safe day, week, everyone. Yes, the same to you as well. All right, bye. Grow, 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 grow together. Monica, happy birthday, sweetness. Bye. Be blessed, Deborah.